Welcome back to BL6 webinar series. So what we have discussed during previous session, budgeting. So budgetary control process we understand, step of budgeting process we understand, and the importance of budgeting we understand, and the role of budget committee we understand, and we have prepared sales budget. From that we prepared production budget. From that we figure out material usage budget. From production budget we figure out labor budget. So all these examples we have discussed, which is called functional budget. And I told you, you can't straight away jump into material usage budget if you don't figure out sales budget. You have to start with sales first, then production. To make that sale, what should you produce? To produce that, what is raw material usage? ඒ වගේ පිළිවෙලට එන්න ඕන කියලා අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තා. මැදින් පනින්න පුළුවන් උඩ ටිකේ විස්තර දීලා තියෙනවා. Right? Done. And limiting principal factor. Also we have discussed, basically it's a limiting factor. That we have discussed in detail. So up until material usage budget as well as labor budget we have discussed. Now today I am going to discuss with you second part of budgeting, which is cash budget. So basically you have two elements in budgeting. One is functional budget, other one is master budget. Functional budget means you prepare sales budget, purchasing budget, which means raw material usage, labor, overhead, all these things. Those are functional budget. The combination of functional budget is what? Master budget. So cash budget is one part of master budget, but we will discuss cash budget separately and we will come to master budget discussion later on. So cash budget means what? Budget means forecast based on assumption. Assumption should be reasonable. That we have discussed. So cash budget means you figure out what is my cash position at the end of this financial year, coming financial year, or at the end of this date in future. You figure out your cash position in a future date. To figure out that amount in a future date, you should understand cash receivable and cash payable. Not payable, cash received and paid. Will paid and will receive in future. Expected cash receipts and expected cash payments. Both you should be able to figure out. Once you figure out those two elements, easily you can figure out your cash position in a future date. ඒක තමයි cash budget කියලා කියන්නේ. Right? Read this. A cash budget is a statement in which estimated future cash receipts and payments are tabulated in such a way as to show the forecast cash balance of a business at a defined intervals. Right? Fine. The usefulness of cash budget. Right? Usefulness of cash budget. Normally we will use cash budget for these purposes. The usefulness of cash budget is that they enable management to take forward planning decisions. Right? Such as advising bank to bank of estimated overdraft, all these things. ඒ කියන්නේ ඇයි අපිට ඉස්සරහා cash position එක දැනගත යුත්තේ, important, useful වෙන්නේ ඇයි? Before we discuss usefulness of cash budget, first we will prepare one cash budget. Then it is easy for us to go and see whether that budget is useful for decision making. ඒක කතා කරන්න කලින් මේක කතා කරන්න ලේසි ගානක් හදලා හිටියා නම් example එකක් බලලා හිටියා නම් ලේසි කියලා හිතනවා. Right? බලමු. This is comprehensive equation. I have selected comprehensive equation because whatever the equation you can handle if you can manage these things. right? Fine. Read this. Arjuna Hinni has worked for has worked for some years as sales representative, but has recently had been made redundant. He intended to start a business. He started up in business on his own account using rupees 15 million, which he currently has invested with a building society. Right? 15 million business පටන් ගන්න යන්නේ. Arjuna maintains a bank account showing the small credit balance, and he plans to approach his bank for the necessary additional finance. He is going to talk to his bank for necessary additional finance because 15 million may not be enough. That's why Arjuna asks you for advice and provide the following additional information ටිකක් දීලා දිනවා. අවසාන අපෙන් අහනවා prepare a cash budget for the 6 month to 31st March 2019. cash budget එක 6 month වලට. මාස මොනවද කියලා අපි බලමු කියවලා. Arrangement have been made to purchase non-current asset costing 8 million. Now Arjuna has 15 million in hand, right? He is going to purchase non-current asset costing 8 million out of that cash. These will be paid for at the end of September and are expected to have 5 years life. Right? These will be paid for at the end of September. September end එකේ pay කරනවා. And are expected to have 5 years life. At the end of each, they will process a nil residual value. Asset at the end of the 5th year, value 0, nil. Inventories costing 5 million will be acquired on 28 September, and subsequent monthly purchases will be at levels sufficient to replace forecasted sales for the month. Subsequent inventory purchases always you decide or depends on the sales. Purchases always you will purchase to cater to the relevant sale amount. Forecast monthly sales are 3 million for October and 6 million for November, December, and January, and 10.5 million from January onwards. Now you can figure out 6 month. What are the 6 month? Here you have elements. Right? Thereafter you have 6 month. October, November, December, January, February, March. So these are the 6 month. right? අපිට කියනවා forecast monthly sales are 3 million for October, 6 million for November, December, and 10.5 million from January onwards. Okay? It was sales. But sale එක cash වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ. බලමු cash වෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා. Sale එක cash වෙනවා ඒ වෙලම වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Because you are giving credit periods to customers sometimes. If it is cash sales, of course, at the same time, cash will be received. Selling price is fixed at the cost of inventory plus 50. Cost plus 50 තමයි selling price. Okay? Which means selling price මෙහෙමලු එන්නේ. Selling price, cost of sales, gross profit. මේකනේ අපේ formula එකනේ. Selling price, cost of sale again 50 ලු. 50 is the margin anyway. 50%. මේ කියන්නේ selling price is fixed at the cost of sales, cost of inventory plus 50. And cost of sales 100. Make 150. එතකොට profit එක automatically 50 නේ මෙහෙම වෙන්නේ නේ. selling price එක cost එකෙන් 50% තියනවලු. 100යි නම් මේක 150 කියලා කියන්නේ. එහෙනම් profit එක 100. 2 months credit will be allowed to customers, but only 1 month's credit will be received from suppliers. When you purchase raw material, you have to pay within 1 month. Let's say January purchases, you have to pay in February. February purchases, March you have to pay. Because suppliers, 1 month's credit will be received from suppliers. Suppliers within 1 month. But 2 months credit will be allowed to customers. Which means if you make some sales during January, customers can pay not in February but in March. 2 months you are given as credit period. January sales will be converted to cash during March. 2 months credit period you are given. Running expenses they have given, but better to record sales first. Sales, cash receipts. October sales, they have given sales, no? October sales, how much? October sales 500,000, 5 million. October sales 5 million, but you will receive October sales value December, no? 2 months credit period you are giving. Therefore, no sales. Sales are there, but no cash receipts. October එක November හම්බෙන්නෙත් නැහැ, හම්බෙන්නේ December. How much? 5 million. Sorry, not 5 million. 3 million. 3 million. අපි thousands වල වැඩ කරමු. 3,000. December. Now, 600,000, 6 million for November and December. 6 million for November and December. November sales 6 million. අපිට කවද්ද හම්බෙන්නේ? Not in December but in January. 2 months. 2 months you are giving. Right? Sales. Which means November sales you will receive January. Understand, right? සල්ලි හම්බෙන්නේ දවස් අපිට cash. We prepare cash budget. Cash. ඒ වගේම දාන්න දැන් December ඉඳන් කොහොමද sales යන්නේ? December sales එක not January, February 6,000 same, no? Same. January sales how much? January sales 10.5 million you will receive in March. 10,500 you will receive in March. They said they are talking about payment to suppliers. Cash receipts, keep some space, payments. Cash payment number 1 to supplier. supplier කොහොමද figure out කරන්නේ suppliers point B කියනවා inventory cost in 5 million will be acquired on 28 September මෙන්න මේ හරිය 28 September අපි පටන් ගන්න business ඔක්තෝබර් වලනේ right 28 September වල purchase කරා 5 million right 5 million purchase කරා supplier ගේ inventory and subsequently will be acquired 28 September will be acquired pay අරගෙන මේ forecast ඔක්කොම දෙන්නේ මේ forecast මේ කරන්නේ අපි purchase කරන්න හිතාගෙන ඉන්නවා 28 September 5 million right and subsequent month will be paid and subsequently month the purchase will be at level sufficient to replace forecasted sales අපි දැන් 28 September purchase කරා නම් pay කරන්නේ October නේ subsequent 1 month period එකක් දෙන්න අපිට 1 month credit period එකක් දෙන්න right you have to pay 5,000 in October 5,000 you have to pay in October right දැන් October වල කොච්චරක් ගන්නවද අපි October purchases කරන ගන්න ගෙවන්නේ මේ purchase කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා බැලුවොත් අපි purchase කරන්නේ විකුණන් මේකේ කියනවා right subsequent months purchases point number B subsequent monthly purchases will be at a level sufficient to replace forecasted sale forecasted sale figure එකට sufficient විදියටලු දැන් forecasted sale එක කීයද ඔක්තෝබර් වල forecasted sale එක 3 million මෙන්න 3 million right forecasted sale එක 3 million 3 million කියන්නේ කීයද 150 3 million කියන්නේ 150 divide by 150 ගන්න 100 කීයද කියලා cost එක ඒ කියන්නේ purchase කරන ගාන 2000 so this will be purchase inventory to make a ගන්න ඕනි මේ ගන්න විකුණන්න නම් so question says subsequent month purchase after September you will purchase 5,000 worth of inventory thereafter purchases depends on your estimated sales so sales කියන්නේ sales කොහොමද ගන්නෙ ගත්ත ගානට 50% add කරනවා sales වලට එහෙනම් 150 තමයි sale එකනේ 3,000 represent 150 එහෙනම් ඒකේ cost එක අපි ගන්න බෑ inventory එක විකුණන්න ගන්න ගාන කීයද 100 විකුණ 150ට 3 million කියන්නේ 150 නම් 100 කියන්නේ purchases October ගන්න එක pay කරන්නේ this is October ගන්න එක pay කරන්නේ October ගන්න එක අපි pay කරන්නේ November 2000 right 2000 ඒ වගේම බලන්න sale එක right November වල sale එක 6 million නේ 6 million කියන්නේ 150 100 කීයද 4,000 so November වල එක pay කරන්නේ December වල 1 month November purchase you will pay in December 4,000 ගත්ත විදි මේ තියෙන්නේ 4,000 December වල sale එක 6 million නේ 6 million pay කරන්නේ January වල 4,000 පැහැදිලිනේ 1 month in arrears right 1 month in arrears දැන් January වල sale එක 10,500 divide by 150 ඒකේ cost එක 100 නේ inventory value එක purchase කරන 100 තේරෙනවනේ 100 7,000 January sales 10,500 you will purchase 7,000 and will be paid in February February sale එකත් same amount එක in the purchase same amount එක දැන් ඔයාලට මම තේරුම් කරන්නම් මේක දැන් January වල sale එක කීයද 10,500 අපිට හම්බෙන්නේ එක මෙන්න මෙතන මේ මාස දෙකකට පස්සේ එහෙනම් cash receipts January වල sale එක ඇවිල්ලා 10,500 sale will be received March. Make a purchase sale purchase කරන්න කීයද 150 තමා sale එක 100 එක මා cost එක inventory right 7000 pay කරනවා ඊළඟ මාසේ. This is 1 month, this is 2 months. Because suppliers are giving 1 month, customers are allowing, we are allowing customers to pay within 2 months. මේකයි උත්තරේ සූත්‍රේ. Right? Fine. Done. I believe it's clear, right? I'll erase this because I need space. හරි. අපි sale එකක් දාගත්තා. Cost purchases දාගත්තා. Supplier pay කරන. Okay, these are minus, huh? What else? Running expenses. Running expenses including rent but excluding depreciation of non-current asset are estimated, excluding depreciation. Anyway, you can't consider depreciation because depreciation is not a cash outflow, right? Therefore, depreciation you have to keep out when you prepare cash budget. Cash budget එක හදනවා කියන්නේ cash වලින් ගිය expenses විතරයි. cash වලින් හම්බෙනවා විතරයි. cash realization විතරයි, right? And are estimated 1600 per month. 1600 you will pay during that month, right? There is no any extension accrued. You can't accrue it, right? Fine. 1600. He intend to make monthly cash drawings. Ganili 1000 drawings. Evat cash outflow ne 1000. Drawings. That's all. මෙච්චරයි තියෙන්නේ. දැන් බලන්න net cash vehicle එක කතන්දරයක් තියෙනවා. අපි ගමු මේක පස්සේ. B ගත්ත consider කරා, C D consider කරා, 2 months credit period E consider කරා, F right. All fine. Net cash change. Net cash movement. Cash movement. 5600 no cash. Sorry, 5000. 5000 plus 1600 plus 1000. 7600 minus cash balance. 7600 minus. Here 2000, 3000, 4600 minus. Here 4600 plus 3000, 1600, right? Sorry, 4000 plus 1600 plus 1000 minus 3000. 3600 minus again. 6000 minus 4000 minus 1600 minus 1000 minus 600 minus 600 net movement. Here 6000 minus 7000 minus 1600 minus 1000. Sorry, 6000 minus 7000 minus 1600 minus 1000. 3600 minus 10,500 minus 7,000 minus 1,600 minus 1,000. 900 plus. You have a plus cash flow. Now this is not the answer. The question is prepare cash budget for the 6 months. You need to figure out what is your net cash position at the end of March. Opening cash එකතු කරන්න. Right? And closing balance. Then you can figure out. Opening balance කීයක් තියෙනවද මෙදාට? We invested 15. We had 15 million. Right? 15 million. අපි 15,000 කියලා ගමු. මේකෙන් අපි ගත්තා 8,000 worth of vehicle. එහෙනම් තා මිලියන 7ක් අපේ ගාව තියෙනවා. 7,000 නේ. අපේ ගාව ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා 15 right අපිට 8ක් දීලා ගත්තා මුලින්ම non current asset එකක් එහෙනම් අපේ අතේ තියෙන කීයද අපේ අතේ තියෙනවා 7000 නේ හරි මේ agreement have been made to purchase non current asset costing 8 එහෙනම් 7000 opening cash එහෙනම් මෙතන තව net diff closing balance එක -600 නේ -600 right -600 තමා closing balance එක closing balance එක මෙතන opening balance එක -600 minus එකක් එන්නේ 4600 -600 4600 -100 5200 ඒත් minus OD එකක් එන්නේ තාම මෙතනත් -200 right plus 3600 8800 minus තාම OD account එක මෙතනත් OD නේ 8800 opening balance එක වෙනවා මෙතන closing එක opening වෙනවා එහෙම තමයි යන්නේ මාසෙන් මාස here opening plus 600 sorry $9,400 මෙතන opening වෙනවා ඒකනේ plus 3,600 13,000 13,000 මෙතන 13,000 minus again ඒකෙන් අඩුයි නැතන plus එකක් තියෙන්නේ cash 12,100 OD so at the end of 6 month right this date you will end up with 12,000 or 12 million cash OD negative cash balance now you can take decisions මාස 6ක් අවසානයේ මට ඉතුරු වෙන්න යන්නේ මිලියන 12යි එහෙනම් මම බැංක් ලෝන් එකක් ගන්නවද බැංක් OD එකකට plan කරනවද වෙන කවුරු හරි join කරන personal ණයක් ගන්නවද all these decisions you can take that's the importance of cash budget but if you take decisions based on profit you will not understand your cash position that's why it's required what cash budget to be prepared so when we discuss reasons we will discuss this later in detail right fine simple so so we have prepared this so what is important how do we figure out payment to supply and receive from customers timing is very very important right timing is very very important when we prepare cash budget koi වෙලාවද අපිට සල්ලි හම්බෙන්නේ කියන එක right fine done this will useful finally to take decisions what decisions you are taking will be discussed later on don't worry right question number sorry before that we'll take this thing right usefulness of cash මේක ඉවර කළා මම ලේසි තෝඩ right දැන් මෙතනදී බලන්න cash negative balance එකක් තියෙනවා ඒ කියන්නේ if you look at this slide short term cash surplus so short term cash shortfall එකක් so appropriate management actions what are the appropriate management actions increase accounts payable now you have to tell supplier look here I'm going to end up with negative cash balance at the end of 6 months therefore I can't give you now we want some more time period to pay you because we receive cash from our customers 2 months later therefore we don't have money to pay you in advance right අපිට විකුණන සල්ලි හැම මාස දෙකකින් අපි කොහොමද මාසෙකින් සල්ලි ගන්නේ you have to negotiate with creditor to take extension for payments one action increase accounts payable date payables reduce receivable or else you have to tell your customers look here suppliers are not giving us a chance to pay within 2 months after 2 months therefore right now you are paying within 2 months you take 2 months credit period can you reduce it to 1 month so then you will receive 1 month in advance so that also will be a action to reduce this 12 million negative balance or arrange overdraft ඒ දෙකම හරියන්නේ නැත්නම් you have to negotiate with bank and arrange overdraft for this balance ඒ වගේ අපි plus එකක් තිබුණොත් what are the actions that is short term cash surplus pay suppliers early to obtain discounts. Salli hundara තියෙනවා නම් you talk to suppliers. Look here supplier, you are giving me 1 month credit period. If I pay you in advance, what benefit you are giving me? Discount. You can talk to you can talk for or negotiate for discounts, pay in advance. Attempt to increase sales by increasing receivable and inventories. If you have excess cash, invest in sales. You try to generate some more sales. So when you generate more sales, your cash will convert into receivable. No? Sale එකක් වෙනවා receivable එකක් වෙනවනේ. ඒ surplus එක sale එක වැඩි කරන්න බලන්න. Make short term investments. Go and purchase something, some shares for trading purpose. Go and deposit in fixed deposits, short term investments. Long term surplus. Make a long term surplus. වැඩිපුර සල්ලි ලොකු කාලයකට තියෙනවා අපේ ගාව. Make long term investments. Right? Long term investment. Maybe acquisition of property, plant and equipment, acquisition of a business, acquisition of non-current assets basically. Right? Expand. එක තමයි කි. දැන් තියෙන එක branch එකනේ branches 3-4ක් දාන්න. Expand. Diversify. You start now new business. Product diversification or market diversification. වෙන business එකක් පටන් ගන්න. Diversify. Replace, update non-current assets. If you have enough cash for long term, දැන් තියෙන යාල් පැනගිලා තියෙන machine දාලා අයින් කරලා අලුත් machine ගාලා high කරන්න. Right? Those decisions you can take. Long term shortfall. ඉස්සරහට තියෙන්නම සෑහෙන කාලයක් යනකල් negative balance එකක්. Raise long term funds, maybe bank loan. Right? You can raise, not for OD, bank loan. For 5 years, 10 years time. Consider shutdown. ඉස්සරහට දිගටම යන්නේ negative නම් shutdown කරන්න plan කරන්න. So those are the management actions when you have long term surplus, short term surplus, and long term shortfall and short term shortfall. Right? Fine. Done. Read this question. I'll erase this. Read this and try. The following information, this is how examiner is testing your knowledge. Right? අර වගේ මාස 6ක cash flow එකක් දීලා අහන එකක් නෑ. but මේ වගේ එකක් අහන්න පුළුවන් මාස දෙකක් වගේ දීලා. Right? මොකක්ද අහන්නේ? The following information is available for ABC company May and June. Budgeted sale, gross profit as a percentage of sale, closing trade payables as a percentage of cost of sale, opening inventory no, closing inventory no. Calculate how much money should be budgeted for supply payment in June. Right? May, June, there are 2 months given. May, June. These are the 2 months they have given. Right? Budget sales they have given 30 and 40 sales. 30,000, 40,000. Gross profit as a percentage of sales. Gross profit they have given and gross profit as a percentage of sales. Cost of sales, gross profit. Gross profit as a percentage of the sales 30. 30,000 into 30%. 9,000. Which means 21,000 is the cost of sale figure. 40,000 into 30, 12,000 minus 40, 28,000. 28,000. Right? Now they are asking how much money you required to pay suppliers in June. Closing trade payable as a percentage of cost of sales. 50. Cost of sales, basically this is the purchase, no? If you don't have inventory and inventory, cost of sale means purchases. No opening mail. Cost of sale can be inventory, opening balance plus purchases minus closing balance inventory. ඉතින් මේ දෙකම නැල්ලු. නැත්තම් මොකද cost of sale කියන්නේ purchase. එහෙනම් මේ purchase වලට pay කරන 50%. 50% May 50% June. ඒ කියන්නේ 21,000 වලින් 10,500 you will pay, right? 10,500 අපි මේ මාසෙම pay කරනවා, balance එක ජූන් වලට අරයි යනවා 10,500. ඕකනේ වෙන්නේ. At the end of the month 50% තියෙනවා, right? ඉතුරු ටික ඊළඟ මාසෙ pay කරන්නේ. ජූන් වලත් ඒ වගේ තමයි නන්නේ. ජූන් වල 28,000 50%, මේ මාසෙ pay කරන 14,000, ජුලයි වලට අර යනවා 14,000. 50% මේ මාසෙන් pay කරනවා, ඉතුරු ඊළඟ මාසෙ pay කරන්නේ, right? දැන් අපෙන් අහන්නේ ජූන් වලට pay කරන්න ඕනේ සල්ලි ගන්න මේ තියෙන්නේ. ගිය මාසේ 50% pay කරන්න සල්ලි තියෙන්න ඕනේ, මේ මාසේ 50% pay කරන්න සල්ලි තියෙන්න ඕනේ. මොකද ඉතුරු 50% ඊළඟ මාසෙට අර යනවා. 14,000 plus 10,500, 24,500. This much of cash required to pay suppliers during this month, right? Which means the answer is C. Correct answer is what? C. Correct answer is C. Now master budget. Master budget. What do you mean by master budget? I told you nothing to explain. It is a consolidation of functional budget. So we prepared sales budget, material usage budget, overhead budget, labor budget, right? Material purchase budget, everything. So master budget means consolidation of all these things, which means by using sales budget, purchasing budget, and what do you call raw material usage budget, overhead, labor, you prepare master budget. There you have budgeted P&L, budgeted balance sheet, and budgeted cash flow. So cash budget is what? Part of master budget. Read this. The master budget provides consolidation of all subsidiary budget and normally consists of budget statement of profit or loss, budget statement of financial position, and cash budget. The master budget එකේ elements ටික මොනවද කියන්නේ? Budgeted P&L, budgeted balance sheet, budgeted cash flow. Cash budget, budgeted P&L, and budgeted balance sheet, financial position. Question: suppose that bank overdraft with a ceiling of 50 million has been arranged to accommodate the increase of inventory level and wages bill for overtime required. Sorry, this is not the right question. Sorry, that question is not there, but anyway, using these numbers, right, using these numbers or the detail given in the question, we need to prepare, we should be able to prepare what? Master budget. Shall we prepare master budget? Cash budget already we have prepared, which means now we need to prepare P&L, budgeted P&L. Budget P&L and balance sheet, budgeted balance sheet, which means financial position, right? So we need sale, cost of sales, right, and gross profit and expenses, right? Now sales value. How do you figure out sales value? Sales value, you know, point number 6 is October 3 million, right? November December plus November December 6 million into 2 months, then 3 months තියෙනවා. From January to March 3 months 10.5 million. මෙන්න total sale එක. How much? 3 million plus 2 into 6 plus 3 into 10.5 46.5 million sale එක 46.5 cost of sales inventory cost of sale කියන්නේ මොකද අපේ cost of sales purchase cost of sales කියන්නේ inventory plus purchase minus closing inventory එච්චර දුරදි කියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ නේ අපිට ගානේ කිව්වා selling price is fixed at cost of inventory plus 50 එහෙනම් selling price එක අපේ 46.5 කියන්නේ 150 කියලා අපි ගත්තේනේ inventory එක 100 එනවා cost of sale මෙන්න වැඩි දුරදී කියන්න දෙන්නේ 150 into 100 31 cost of sales 31 ගත්තදී තේරුණානේ 31 මෙන්න gross profit එක 15.5 gross profit මොකද අපිට මේ කියනවනේ sale එක කියලා කියන්නේ 150 මොකද cost එකට 50ක් එකතු කරලා තමයි sale price එක තියෙන්නේ මෙන්න selling price එක ඒ කියන්නේ profit එකත් එක්ක profit එක 50යි 50 අයින් කරපුවම 31 වෙනවා running expenses කීයද කිව්වේ 1600 නේ monthly 1600 into 6 1600 into 6 9.6 million millions වලින් 9.6 million what else you have as expenses we have another element expense element which is depreciation මොකද අපි non current asset ගත්තනේ depreciation බලන්න examiner ආන්න පුළුවන් areas ටික අපිට ඒ ගානෙම master budget මේ හදන්නේ 8 million divide by 5 right මොකද අවුරුදු 5ක් කියලා කියනවනේ expected useful life 5 no expected residual value but අපිට ඕනි 6 month depreciation 6 month මාස 6ක 8 divide by 5 එනවා අවුරුදු දෙක depreciation divide by 12 multiply by 6 0.8 million මෙච්චර දින expenses දැන් ඔයාලට මොකද්ද profit එක 15.5 minus 9.6 minus 0.8 5.1 මෙන්න profit million ඔන්න හැදුවා අපි balance P&L එක ඔයා හිතුවේත් නෑ මේවා දාන්න පුළුවන් කියලා නේ මේවා logics that you need to understand right balance sheet non current assets current assets capital because this is private limited not a private limited company proprietary company capital non current liability current liability ඔකට කියන තියෙන elements ටික බලමු උඩ ඉඳන් non current assets තියෙනවා asset එකක් 8 million වලින් අඩු කරන්න depreciation මේ 6 month depreciation 0.8 how much 8 million minus 0.8 7.2 current asset වල තියෙන මොනවද receivable right receivable තියෙනවා receivable sorry ඊට කලින් inventory තියෙනවනේ inventory receivable receivable කොහමද last 2 month නේ receivable තියෙන්න ඕනේ මොකද අපිට හම්බෙන්නේ මාස දෙකකට පස්සේ එහෙනම් 31st March වෙනකොට receivable කවදාවත් තියෙන්නේ February month එකේ ඒවා හම්බෙන්නේ April වල March වල හම්බෙන්නේ April මේ May වල එහෙනම් March February 2 months sale 10.5 නේ අවසාන මාසේ sale එක අමුතුවෙන් කියලා දෙන්නේ මේ 10.5 million is the monthly sale February එක හම්බෙන්නේ April වල March එක හම්බෙන්නේ May වල එහෙනම් මේ month දෙකේ sale එක තමයි receivable 10.5 into 2 21 inventory 5 million තියෙනවනේ inventories costing 5 million will be මුලදී ගන්න inventory දිගටම යනවා මොකද එතනින් පස්සේ අපි purchase කරන්නේ sale එකට ගන්න ඕන ටික sale කරන්න ඕන ටික මේ sale එකට ඕනේ මෙච්චරක් inventory එහෙනම් 5000 ගත්ත inventory එක තියෙනවා 5 million වලට ගත්තා. මෙච්චර දින asset side එකේ. 7.2 plus 5 plus 21. 33.2. Capital 15 million. Introduce කරන්නේ 15 million දැම්ම මුලින්ම. Right? ඊට පස්සේ profit එක දිනවනේ profit 5.1. Payable creditor pay කරන්න 1 month in arrears 1 month in arrears අවසාන මාර්ච් වල purchase pay කරන්නේ April 1 month එක කීයද නම් මතක නම් ඔයාලට 10500 තිබුණේ sale එක right divide by 150 into 100 නේ 7000 නේ 7000 මේක pay කරන්නේ April වල 7 cash තිබුණා OD එකක් මෙතන cash තිබුණේ නැහැ මම balance කරේ OD 12 million 12.1 OD 12.1 that's all right 15 plus 5.1 plus 7 plus 12.1 drawings we didn't have drawing තියනනේ drawings capital එක අඩු වෙනවා කීයක් drawings තිබුණාද අපේ 1000 into 6 හයක් තියෙනවානේ drawings 6 month එක මාසයකට 1000 ගානේ මාස 6කට 6 මේක අඩු කරන්න 33.2 මෙන්න master budget එක 32.2 so from cash budget we have figure out master budget also so P budget P&L budget balance sheet and cash budget will be a part of what master budget so today in this session we have discussed what master budget and cash budget based on cash budget figure which means the figure that we are establishing in future you can decide whether short term shortfall or short term surplus or long term surplus long term shortfall based on that you can take decisions right so far in budgeting journey functional budget we have completed and master budget also we have completed budgetary steps all these things we have done very important chapter right fine so that is for the day relating to budgeting the rest of the budgeting chapter will be discussed in future sessions thank you